Good morning. Hi. I see folks are coming in. Good. Hello. Welcome to Friday. Wow. I can't believe it's already Friday. It's amazing how quickly this week has gone by. I wanted to just take a moment to say thank you all so much for giving your prayers to Linda. My friend Linda, as many of you know, has been in decline for the past month, and it's been getting more and more intense until she finally landed in hospice. She was in the hospital and then in hospice, and really unhappy there. This is a woman who hates air conditioning, never takes medication, hasn't been to a doctor in 45 years, and lived off grid in Mexico for 40 years or plus. So this is and she's just natural to the core. And she, went into the hospital a few weeks ago, and then they transferred her to hospice about a week and a half ago. And she's been so unhappy in there. And finally, everything came together. Her friend, Catherine, found her computer. I brought her computer. She emailed some people she knows well, who she's known for a long time. They came together. And today, Linda is leaving hospice from here and going up to Oregon to a dear shamanic friend's home, where she will be able to die in peace without air conditioning and poking and prodding and medications. And it's such a better outcome for her. And as hard as it was to say goodbye for the last time yesterday, I was really, really grateful to all of you for your prayers, because I really believe that your prayers helped Linda's friends come together and be able to connect. It was such a big deal for them to be able to find each other after all these years and come together. And now she's going to have a shamanic crossing in the way that she wants, in the tradition that she belongs to. Really, one can hardly ask for anything better. So thank you for your prayers, for lifting Linda. And we are today will be day 5 of Madonna Holy Week in the Goddess Temple app. If you've been following along, I hope you've been enjoying our exploration of the humanization of Mary. Last night, I talked about something. I cried a lot in last night's broadcast. Not sorry. I was being real, but I did want to just say, last night I shared something, and many of you might be interested to know that as a witch, just talking about Jesus triggers me. It makes me feel really unsafe because of my upbringing in that tradition and the hypocrisy that I've witnessed in that tradition. At the same time, working through that and finding where I can connect to the heart with the magic of Mary and her divine child is very healing for me. So if you have kind of an aversion to anything having to do with Jesus or anything having to do with the Christian church, I invite you to come into the Goddess Temple app and watch Madonna Holy Week broadcasts, because they're not about the things that are triggering to us. They're about the things that maybe we can find some healing in. And that was a big part of last night. And to that end, let's honor the Black Madonna with her song and her candle and the divination today. Salve Regina, Mater Misericordiae, vita dulcedo, et spes nostra salve. A te clamamus, exules filii Heve, a te suspiramus, gementes et flentes, in hac lacrimarum vale. Ea ergo, advocata nostra, illos tuos misericordes oculos, ad nos converte, et Jesum benedictum fructum ventris tui, nobis post hoc exilium ostende. O clemens, O pia, O dulcis Virgo Maria. So yesterday it was Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine, and it was all about how right now we have something to offer. Even if we are afraid that we don't, even if it's hard for us to perceive what we might have to offer that would be valuable to anybody, we have something to offer. And the universe is beckoning us to offer it, inviting us even. Whatever it is that we're being asked to do by others, by life, by circumstances, that is the thing. Let's see what our message is today to carry us through this weekend. I see you hiding there. Oh, what a beautiful card. Our Lady of the Resurrection. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is so profound. Last night in Madonna Holy Week, that was the joy of Mary that we were acknowledging, was the resurrection, and how it must have felt to have witnessed all that horror with her son and then to be told, no, he's alive. So Our Lady of the Resurrection, she's got a beautiful owl. I'm going to hold this card close so you can really see it. Oh, ring light. Okay, we'll give her a halo. And then Goddess Temple app. There you go. Can you see that gorgeous owl? She's so lovely. So let's see what this card has to say today. Beautiful pink roses around her head, her white owl. A very striking image. The eternal light dwells in my heart, and as you enter into my heart, held safe in my love for you, that light becomes visible to you. It will show you the way through any shadow and help you understand the purpose of past suffering so that you can let it go and be at peace, free from confusion, shame, or doubt. There is divine purpose within all that is. You've been struggling, and now it is time for rest. Step into the light of my heart now, beloved, and let the shadows go. The time is drawing near for your resurrection and release. It is a strange paradox that when we are truly open to life, we must be prepared to die many deaths before it is time for our physical life to end. We might suffer the deaths of relationships, ideals, identities, even of certain hopes and dreams. If we can mourn these deaths, give them proper attention, and due acknowledgement, grieving in whatever way is respectful and truthful, then those deaths become sacred sacrifices on the altar of new life. For those who were in the full moon ceremony last night, oh, thank you, Josiah. For those who came to full moon last night, I know that card. Our card last night was the death card. And here we are being, it's like, do you see it? You have to sort of see it to see it. Do you see it? Brandy says, I'm not crying, you're crying. Yeah. We might suffer deaths. I'm going to read that part again. We might suffer deaths of relationships, of ideals, of identities, even of certain hopes and dreams. If we can mourn these deaths, give them proper attention and due acknowledgement, grieving in whatever way is respectful and truthful, then those deaths become sacred sacrifices on the altar of new life. If we try to rush past these many deaths, pushing them to the side out of fear that they might mean something terrible or frightening, then we will suffer more than needs be. Perhaps we become fearful if we feel that we are not in control of life and cannot prevent its powerful unfolding, because we do not trust where life is leading us. Then, too, we miss our chance to make a sacrifice and feel more connected with life and death as a natural part of life. Don't be scared of these deaths, no matter how painful they may be. Accept that they are signs that you are growing and life is flowing. That's what we did the working for last night, was our flow. We can even use these deaths to gain confidence that a new direction, a new life is calling us. There is always so much more to come, always. No matter how old we may be, how jaded we might feel at times, raise your hand if you're a crusty old sea hag. I'm one. There is always boundless life awaiting us. All that is needed is a willingness for us to be open to receiving it. The oracle of Our Lady of the Resurrection is about discovering the light after the struggle, about life after death. Perhaps the deaths you have encountered have been literal and you've lost a beloved through death, or perhaps by a parting of ways through a separation of some kind. Perhaps your endings have been more subtle, internal, or symbolic. Perhaps you're going through the experience right now. Whatever the case, the Divine Mother speaks to you now about the promise of her light, about the resurrection, about the fact decreed by her that you will indeed rise again. In last night's Madonna Holy Week, we talked about redemption and the idea that suffering is not redemption. The suffering itself is not the redemption. It's what we do after the suffering. It's how, and I made the mention of mothers, how a mother who's lost her child to gun violence takes that suffering and turns it into pushing for gun legislation. That is redemption. How a mother who's lost her child to police brutality comforts other mothers and finds the way to speak in front of Congress or in front of her state or her city legislature about the need for there to be greater awareness of police brutality. That's redemption. It doesn't justify the loss. It doesn't mean that the loss itself was meant to be. It means that the loss that she's suffered, she turns into energy to make the world a better place. And this is resurrection. How are we going to take whatever our lemons are today and make lemonade and share it with the whole block for free? That's what it means to be a priestess. That's what it means to be a good woman on earth. That's what it means to be a good person on earth, is to learn to take your pain, your loss, your suffering, your grieving, feel it, make room for it, presence it, honor it, live through it, and then transform it and bring it into the world in a new form as raw energy. Danielle says, flowing around all of my obstacles today. Yes. What a card to read today. I needed to hear those words, says Isis. Love you, sister. I cannot wait to catch up with you. She knows. She knows. That's a mother who knows. And you are all mothers who know, and you are all beings who know, whether you're mothers in the literal sense, whether you're mothers of creation. You know what it means to take your pain and turn it into life force and use that life force to help others. So let's do it today. That's our divination for today and this whole weekend. And what a blessing. Much love to you all. If this is what you were here for, we're done with the short part. Now we're going to move on to Guanyin practice. We're going to start with 3 prostrations before the shrine of Guanyin. And Maya says, this message was an answer to my prayers. How beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Maya, for sharing. And so excited that I'm going to get to see you in person in just a few months, Maya. Oh, so exciting. Okay, let's do our thing. Taking our prostrations, laying our egos at the feet of the Great Mother and saying, use me, use my pain, and turn it into beauty. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the Great Mother of Compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intentions, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today, I'm holding all of you, and also Kathy and Brendan, adjusting to life after Brendan's recent health crisis, but then amazing rally. And we're holding Linda, who is going to get in a car today and drive up to Oregon to go be in a beautiful sacred place to die. We're holding Barbara and baby Charlotte. And we're holding whatever parts of ourselves today that need to die in order for us to be reborn. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guanxi Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahong. 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 I just had one of those great moments where the pot of water I poured on Monday was perfect for the whole week. That doesn't happen every time. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. Chant 108 recitations now of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, awakening that light within our hearts, watching it bloom forth from the shadow like a white dove flying out of the darkness, and then flying so close to our view that all of the shadow is eliminated. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. 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 And the brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume choksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum pagma drome jintui daki setso paljor nyandrak nam nyamnu daki setso paljor. Let me look. I had it this whole week. Daki tsitso paljor nyandrak nyam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu. Kepar kaje wangtang lungtia nyam nyampa soshing chetu galwa lang chije lekpe lamdru drowa dang sering neme de dang denjur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddhas, noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like the waxing moon, like the rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtong and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume choksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu yi daki tsetso paljor nyandrak nyam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kaje wangtang lungta nyam yampa soshing chetu gyawa lang chije lekpe lamdru jowa dong sering neme de dang denjur shi. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum as we send that light out into the world. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamedichin Yeshe Wangmo. Om Swasti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxi Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and bow to the inner teacher. Don't forget to drop your counts in the comments. And thank you so much for being here today for this message. And may all of us who have been feeling dragged down, blanketed, overwhelmed, overwrought, feel the power of resurrection. Be back tomorrow. Bye. Or Monday. Bye.